name is Susie, and today I'm going to share with you my favorite recipe for an old-fashioned ginger ale. This recipe I actually got from the Farmer's Almanac. Originally it's called switchel, which the farmers used to drink in the field. It would quench their thirst. So it's a pretty old-fashioned recipe, but it's really delicious and it really makes you feel good. Now, the ingredients in making this switchel is fresh ginger, raw sugar, lemon or lime juice, sea salt, whey, and some distilled water or tap water that you've let sit overnight. Now this is a fermented drink, so you're getting the benefit of it being a probiotic. Now in terms of the ginger is very soothing to your stomach, and if you've ever noticed in the Gravol pills, which are used for seasickness or upset stomach, one of the active ingredients is ginger. So that's one of the reasons it's really very, very good for your gut. This is also a fermented drink, so we're going to make this drink and we're going to let it sit on the counter for about 3 to 5 days to ferment. At the end of that time, we will dispense the liquid from all the raw materials such as your ginger, and then you're able to refrigerate it and you drink it as you like. Now I drink it as a concentrate, so I put in half a cup of my ginger base or my switzel base, and then I'll use some bubbling spring water to kind of recreate that ginger ale effect and taste. So first of all, we need 3/4 of a cup of chopped fresh ginger root. Now you can, if you bought it organic, you can chop it up with the skin. If it's not organic, then you might want to peel it and chop it up before you make it. So you need a jar that's large enough to hold 8 cups of water. So I'm just using an old milk jar, and I'm going to fill it up with my ginger, which I have chopped, and there's no set method to this. You just want to make the pieces small enough that it goes into your jar. Now if you don't have a bottle like this, obviously you're going to use a large jar that has a lid. So this does require a lid, and you're going to place it on your counter in a warm place for 3 to 5 days, and it will start to ferment and bubble. And at the end of those 3 to 5 days, once the bubbling has subsided, you'll then be able to strain it and refrigerate it. So we've got 3/4 of a cup of fresh ginger root, which we've just put in the bottom of our jar. We're going to need half a cup of lemon or lime juice. I'm using lime juice. The original recipe did call for lime. Then I'm going to use 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and I'm just going to mix that with some of my water, just so that I can dispense it easily into my container. And this does require 1 teaspoon of sea salt. Now in those electrolyte drinks, some of the key ingredients in order to make it an electrolyte drink is the fact that you have salt and sugar present. So this will replenish all those electrolytes in your body. It is really thirst quenching, and it does give you a little bit of, puts a little pep in your step. It certainly does help with digestion, or like I said, just to quench your thirst. So I just mix it a bit, and you just want to dissolve it. If you're using a jar, you can just pour your sugar and salt right in, but since I'm using my jug, I need to dissolve it in order to get it in my jar. So that's the sugar. And then we need 1/4 of a cup of whey. Now this whey I've been keeping in my fridge from when I made my yogurt. If you don't have, or if you're not making yogurt at home, you don't have whey, but you do have a carton of yogurt at home, you'll find that the water that gathers on the top of the yogurt, that is whey. So use that. in place of your homemade whey. Now, because this is the whey, and we've talked about whey in the past, it is a probiotic. So this is adding the probiotic to your drink. And the combination of all these ingredients obviously are creating the perfect environment for the fruit to ferment and to turn it into your ginger ale. So I am now going to just top it up with water. So this is 8 cups of water, which I've pre-measured. I mean, give or take a cup of water, it's not going to kill you. But you just want to leave a little bit of extra room on the top because you want to be able to shake this. And you just want to give it a bit of a shake every other day or every day just to get that fruit moving around. You're going to cap it and you're going to leave it on the counter for 3 to 5 days. You will start to notice that there is bubbling. If there is a lot of activity, then just pop off the lid to release some of the gas, put it back on, and then put it back on your counter for a couple more days. At the end of the 5 days, you're going to really be able to smell that that ginger has fermented. And then you can easily dispense the liquid into a glass, and I'm sure that you will enjoy it, not only to quench your thirst, but also if you have an upset stomach, it is the perfect drink for the day. So it's been 5 days and my ginger beer is ready and it smells fantastic. Now, word of caution, I did burp the bottle every day. There is a lot of gas that was built up. I guess because the climate is warmer, we're in the middle of August now. So I think that that speeds up the fermentation and just makes it more, I guess, vigorous. So at the end of the 5 days, I didn't have time to dispense it, so I put it in the fridge. As soon as you put it in the fridge, it will stop the fermentation. And now I'm ready to dispense it. So all I'm going to do is use a little sieve and a funnel. And this is, I'm reusing an old, or not an old, but a fairly new wine bottle to keep your drink in. So that's going to make more than 26 ounces. And the way that I drink it is I usually use about half a glass of, or a quarter of a cup of the drink, and the rest I spritz it with soda, and I'll be right back with the soda. Voila, soda. So I do half and half. You judge it for yourself. It's really good. You taste a little bit of saltiness, a little bit of sweetness, definitely the ginger. It's not an exact replication of ginger ale, but it does have the same taste content, and it'll have a better effect on your stomach than regular ginger ale. Very thirst quenching. Try it, and if you like it, I hope you share it. And if you share it, I hope those people share it too. Enjoy.